Hey guys, welcome back. A little bit of a new backdrop, but those same old great classes that we love to share with you guys. So today we're going to be doing a bit of twisting, and when we twist we want it to come from the upper back, but we're also going to be building strength. So we want to maintain our core engagement. That one is going to help us build strength, but it's also going to keep the spine really safe. Cool? So we'll start off just in a comfortable seat, close down your eyes. Slowly start to drop right ear towards right shoulder. You can take the left fingertips away if you'd like. As you breathe in, come back to neutral, drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. And then back to neutral, breathing down to the belly, start to look over your right shoulder. Keep the left one drawing back through center, start to take it the other way. Back to neutral as you breathe in, arms come up. Start to twist to the right, so your right hand comes behind you, left hand to the right knee. So hips are going straight forward, and you're trying to take your chest as far to the right as you can without compromising that breath. Take one more exhale. Back up, breathe in. Start to go the other direction. Again, length through the spine, maintaining that the whole time. Every time you breathe out, go a little bit further. And back through center. Start to bring hands down onto the mat. Make sure the fingertips are grounded. We go through a few cat-cows first. Drop the belly. Head and hips rise in. Tuck it underneath. Breathe out. Follow this with your breath. Just two more like this. That full articulation through the spine. Next breath in, back to neutral. And downward facing dog as you breathe out. Pedal out your legs if you need to, if this is your first downward facing dog of the day. Good. Then start to find some stillness, start to settle in, get that V shape through the hips. You guys know, if you've been doing our classes, that we get there by spinning the sitting bones up. Bend through the knees if you need to. Working towards belly, towards spine. Take a breath in. Right hand, left ankle, breathe out, start to twist. If you need to walk your feet in a little bit, that's fine. Just keep pushing the ground away with that left hand. Looking underneath your left armpit. One more breath out. Right hand to the earth. Take it to the other side. Looking underneath the right armpit. Keep the sitting bones going up. Back towards our downward facing dog. From here, we're going to start to walk to the top of the mat. Try and heel toe if you can. Go as slowly as you need to. Hugging the femur up into the hip socket when you get there, ragdoll. Head and shoulders are heavy. There's still that bend through the knees if you need it. Still that V shape through the hips. Releasing down with every breath out. More exhale. Slowly start to rise up to standing. And take a breath in. Roll the shoulders back. over Hastasana, hands rise up, and then fold over, breathe out. Halfway lift in. Plant the hands, step back, high plank. Instead of going straight towards our chaturanga, today we're going to ground down the right hand. Come into a side plank. Here we're strengthening through the obliques, part of the body that we want to be engaged when we twist, again to help protect our spine. Keep pushing the ground away, keep lifting the hips up. One more breath in. Back through that high plank. Ground down the left hand, right hand rises. Same thing here, lifting the hips using the obliques. When we let these sag down, we turn off these muscles. We want to keep them really engaged. Keep pushing the earth away. One more breath in. Right hand down, lower. Through chaturanga as you breathe out, upward facing dog in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. We're going to flow that through, so take an exhale together. Heels rise up, breathe in. Bend the knees, out, step. Maybe you jump forward, halfway lift. Fold over, breathe out. Rise up slowly, Urdhva, inhale, belly button towards spine. Uttanasana, fold over on the breath out. Halfway lift, inhale. Plant the hands, step back because we're landing in a high plank. As you breathe in, right hand down, left hand up, side plank. Back through high plank. As you breathe out, we take it on the other side, left hand down, right arm lifts. Now through chaturanga, as you breathe out. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, as we breathe out. We're going to move into a little bit of a different flow. Heels rise, still. Knees bend. Step, jump, float forward. Landing in chair pose. Utkatasana here. I want to be tucking the tailbone down and under. What I mean by that is we don't want to be flaring the sitting bones out. We want a nice neutral spine. Take one more breath in. As you breathe out, left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Now something a lot of people tend to do here is let their right knee track back. We want to make sure the knees stay in line. The spine is long. From here, take one more breath out. Start to lift the left heel. As you breathe in, extend the foot out, open up the arms. Revolved crescent. Now this is a tough balance here. If you need to have your left fingers on the ground, you can. Maybe you start to lift them off. Take one more breath out. Back foot drops down, crescent, lunge, neutral through that lower spine. Keep the tailbone tucking under, bend through that back knee. One more breath in. Skandasana, breathe out again. You can be high here or you can be down low. Just make sure knees and toes in line. Spine is long and strong. Take one more breath out here. Start to move forward. Move slowly. Extended arrowhead arms. Reach up and forward. Just one breath in. Plant the hands. You can float that right leg if you want a little more through chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Heels rise as you breathe in. Bend your knees, breathe out, step, jump, float, chair pose straight away. Tuck the tailbone under. Maybe you look down and you see your toes. One more breath in. The right elbow is coming to the outside of the left knee. Again, make sure the knees stay in line. We don't want one sliding back. Keep breathing down into the belly. If you feel your breath go when you're twisting, you know you've gone too far. One more breath out. Start to lift that right heel off the ground. Breathe in. Open up to that revolved crescent. Don't be afraid to put your right fingers on the ground if you have to, but try and kick that right heel through the back wall. One more breath out. Slow and controlled touch the right toes down, crescent lunge. Breathing into that belly, but every time you exhale, you're squeezing it closer towards the spine. Take one more breath in. Skandasana. Breathe out. And maybe try coming to the same depth on both sides. So if you're up on the last side, stay up. If you're down, move down. But just keep knees and toes tracking in the same direction. One more breath out. We're going to move slow and low to that extended arrowhead. Breathing in. Plant the hands, step back. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe out. Amazing. Now we're going to flow this through one breath, one movement. Go at your pace, but we'll breathe out together. Heels rise on the in. Bend on the out. Step, jump, float. Straight to chair pose. Left elbow, right knee. Breathe out, twist. Slowly start to lift that right heel. Catch your balance. Open up. Revolved. Half moon. Crescent lunge. Slowly as you breathe in, keep the movement taking you down and back. Skandasana, then slowly forward, extended arrowhead. Plant the hands, chaturanga. Upward facing dog in. Downward facing out, heels rise. Slowly bend the knees, however you need to get to the top of the mat. Get there, chair pose, straight away, Utkatasana, breathe in. Right elbow, left knee, on the breath out. Slowly grounding that left foot, lift the right. Revolved, half moon. Breathe out. Crescent lunge, slow and controlled land. Skandasana. As you breathe out, move forward. Reach the arms up and forward. Plant the hands. Float back. Up dog on the in. Downward facing dog. Breathe out. One more time. Heels rise. Knees bend towards the top of the mat. Chair pose. Inhale. Twist on the breath out. Ground right foot, lift left in. Open up, but keep the twist. Crescent slow. Arms rise, straight spine. Skandasana, keep that length through the spine. Reach up and forward. Straight line, heel to hands. Chaturanga, breathe out. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, Adho. Mukha Svanasana, one more time, heels rise. Knees bend towards the top, chair pose on the breath in. Twist on the out, ground left foot, open up. Crescent lunge on the next inhale. Skandasana, breathe out, keep the knees moving out. Extended arrowhead, reaching. Plant hands, chaturanga. Keep the elbows hugging in. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Drop the knees towards the earth. child's pose. You can have the knees together or out wide. Whichever's going to serve you in this posture, whatever's going to allow you to start to slow down. Keep breathing down into the belly. Gently start to move back up. Come down to a seat. Start to bring your left heel to the outside of your right hip. Now start to bring the outside of your right foot to the outside of your left thigh. Now here we want to make sure that we're still on both sitting bones. So if you feel like you're skewed off to one side, either sit up on a block or you can straighten out this left leg. No matter where you are, start to lengthen through the spine. Left arm lifts up. Start to take that left elbow to the outside of the right knee. You can bring your right arm behind you, come into half kingfish pose. Here we're twisting, make sure you're not rounding through the lower back. I want to be really proud through the chest and long through the spine. Now if you're quite comfortable here, you can start to come into a bound variation of this, where that left hand reaches through the legs, right hand behind your back. This is only if you're relatively open in this internal rotation through the shoulders, and through the outer right hip. But we don't want to compromise this shape in the spine to get further into the posture. You want to stay really tall and really proud. Good. Right foot's going to stay where it is. Start to bring, left foot. Right heel's going to move back towards the left outer hip, so the knees are close to stacked on top of each other. They don't have to be perfect. If this is really uncomfortable for your left knee, you can straighten it out long. We're in Gomukhasana. So take a breath in, lengthen through the spine. Gently start to fold forward if you want a little more. This may be enough for you, and the hips already like, no, I'm good. Stay seated with that length through the spine. Just a few breaths here to open up through the outer hips. And this is part of the body that definitely feels it, especially working through those chair poses. Start to lift back up on a breath in. Unravel the legs. No fancy transitions here. But our first movement is right heel to left outer hip. Then take the outside of that left foot to the outside, the right thigh. Again, if this is uncomfortable for the right knee, or if you're really skewed off to one side, straighten out the right leg. Yeah? Take a breath in, lift up through the spine. Right elbow outside of the left knee. The left hand's going to come behind you, proud through the chest, long through the spine. And what's great about twisting, I know I've said it before, is your breath is going to tell you as soon as you've gone too far. The second it starts to shorten, you know you're just twisting a little past what your body's comfortable with. And in yoga we want to find that edge, but we don't want to push through it. We just want to hang out there. That's why this is a long, continuous, lifelong practice. You find the edge, you explore it, but you don't push past it necessarily. Again, if you want to come into that bind, you can, but don't compromise that length of the spine or the depth of the breath. slowly back through center. Readjust that left heel to the outside of the right hip. Remember, you can straighten out the right leg if you want. Take a breath in, lengthen. And start to fold over. Slowly lift back up. Send your right leg out long. Bring the sole of your left foot to the inside of your right leg. Take a big breath in, lengthen through the spine. Then chest towards toes, Janu Shasana. Here as always, when we're lengthening through the hamstrings, I want to take chest towards toes. I don't want to just round over. And if you need to bend through the knee, guys, bend through the knee. You're still going to get that lengthening. One more breath out. Start to lift back up. Just switch over sides. Left leg long, right sole to the inside of the left leg. Lift up first, chest moves towards toes. Round of breath. Start to lift back up. Lay down on your back. We've done a lot of twisting, but now comes the really gentle part where we let it all settle in. Hug your knees in first. Then allow them both to just gently drop to the right side. If you want to have a pillow or a bolster or a block in between or underneath your knees, you can. Just keep the shoulders heavy. Let the twist be gentle, let it be natural. Just allow it to be there. Take 2 more breaths, letting the body sink deeper with each one. Gently take it to the other side. Knees fall slowly. Gravity's doing the work. You're ready, journey back through center. Soles of your feet to the earth, Supta Baddha Konasana. The belly rises and falls. No effort. The knees sink towards the earth. Stay here for as long as you need, but when you're ready, legs go out long. Shavasana, our final resting pose. Palms face up. You're open, you're receptive to whatever comes, but there's no force. There's no doing, just be in the stillness. Allow it to wash over you. When you're ready, start to breathe some life back into your body. Start to take some small movements in the fingers and in the toe. Gently roll to your favorite side. Once there, begin your journey towards a comfortable seat. Keep your eyes closed. When you get there, bring your hands towards your heart in Anjali Mudra. Take a bow of your head, acknowledge your practice, and as always, I leave you with what Maharaji left Ram Dass: love everybody, tell the truth, namaste. Thank you so much, guys, as always, for joining us. We love hearing how you're going. We're well over 100 classes now. There's so many to choose from. It's been such a pleasure to be able to share this all with you. Again, we'd love to hear how you're going. Thank you so much for being a part of the Open Door community. We'll see you next time.